Hi, you guys. This is my 422 for No Zombies Allowed. Um, the first quote that I have was we don't really think about what it is we're watching and why. Um, I agree and disagree with this statement. I can't really choose. Um, I think it really depends on what you're watching. I mean, if you're watching the news, then you're very aware of what you're watching and you're watching it to gather information about, what's going on in your local area. Um, Now, like, I do know that, some people probably sit down with their little brother or little sister, or even maybe your kids, and the little kids will be watching a show and you just kind of start watching it. And then 10 minutes later, you're like, I've seriously been sitting here watching, Dora the Explorer or whatever for the past 10 minutes and had no clue I was even doing it. So I think it can really go either way. I think it just depends on what you're watching and, the situation pretty much. Um, my second quote was TV was where they got the bulk of their information about the world outside of their neighborhood. Again, I agree and disagree with this statement. If this was written in the year 2000, then probably it was true. Because there wasn't like a lot of social media and internet wasn't as big then. Whereas now, I think a lot of the younger generation gets a lot of their knowledge, and information about what's going on through social media and the internet and different websites. Now, it's probably not credible information, um, but that's probably more than likely where they're getting a lot of it in 2016. So I think it depends on when it was written and like when it was based off of. Um, the third quote that I have is I couldn't fight students' disengagement by creating slogans that forbid it, and I couldn't make students think simply by telling them it was required. I had to find ways to engage them. I had to find things for them to do, things that were relevant, things that would interest them, things that could not be accomplished without one element that sometimes seems most foreign to school classrooms. Real life unadulterated thinking. Um I think this is true, if you're trying to get a student to do something that one they're not even interested in and two then they don't find it relevant whatsoever to them, then they're going to zone out completely and not even probably do the assignment. I think it's important to keep things up to date and relevant to the students and what they're doing, what's going on in their lives. So I agree with that. You know, Once I transfer over to be, hopefully a teacher, then I'm gonna keep things, relevant, up to date, so the kids don't get bored with it. Um, my fourth quote was next to television, popular music was surely the medium they connected with most passionately. Um, I agree with that. A lot of kids, when they're trying to focus or, just kind of escape from the world a little bit, then, a lot of them will go to music. A lot of songs have a lot of meaning to some people, so I agree with that. Me personally, I don't really see how you can be passionately connected with television. I mean, maybe a certain movie or something, yeah. But I guess there again, that's just that outlet to escape from everything. So I guess I can see how that would, kind of work. Um, as for my life examples, um, the first one I have is kind of connected to the whole, that you don't really know what you're watching or why. Um, my boyfriend Wesley has this really bad habit of he will turn on the TV and no matter what's on, he'll just start watching it. And, I'll ask him, even if it's something he does want to watch, which is then it's even worse. But I'll be talking to him and he'll just be staring at the TV and I'm like, hello, I'm over here talking to you. And he's like, what? I didn't even hear anything you were saying. So, I guess that's kind of the whole you don't really know what you're watching or why, and you don't even know what's going on in your surroundings. So, um, and then my second life example is related to the, part where the girls were singing the song and they didn't even know what it meant. Um, this has happened to me a couple times. I have a song that I like, and I'll be in the car singing it, and then I kind of start paying attention to what it's saying, and I'm either like, "Wow, I had no clue that's what this song was," referencing to, or maybe it's a song that I end up finding like I don't like, and I do end up finding meaning to it, so I end up liking it. So I can, I think everybody can kind of relate to the whole a song and you don't really know what it means, but you sing it. Um, my questions that I had weren't really questions. The question portion was kind of hard for me. But the first one that I had is why are these kids watching Jerry Springer at school? Like, I understand that they were trying to deconstruct something, but Jerry Springer, really? Probably not the most appropriate thing for school, but hey, whatever. Um, and my second question was, I just wondered, what the kids would do if they had to like deconstruct. I know they did a song, but if they had to do like a different form of media, like a movie or a TV show or a magazine article, really anything. I know a magazine article isn't really necessarily quote unquote media, um, but that was kind of the questions that I had come up with. Not the best, but it works. So that is the 422 that I have. I think I covered everything. Um, this is the third time I've tried to record this video. I kept getting interrupted, so luckily I finished it this time. And I hope everybody has a good day. Bye!